you to see the full interview with Dr. Daniel Amen and Andrew. And of course, there's some bonus additions to that great new book that he has. This was a big bonus to me that you added this to the show, Andrew, because I think when it comes to energy on a foundational level, there are a lot of things that many of us do. We've all grabbed, you know, that energy drink or that candy bar, but we are talking about energy on a foundational basis. That my cells cannot be alive unless I have CoQ10, and certainly age or medication and stress is compromising that. So you created the best CoQ10 that money can buy, didn't you?
And I created it, I'm aging myself when I say it, dating myself, 37 years ago. That we were, to my knowledge, the first company in the United States incorporating CoQ10 into dietary supplements. I'm not aware of anyone else who was doing so back in 1984. It's something that I take great pride in because I was reading the science. I was reading the literature. There was nowhere in the United States to get the CoQ10. The best maker of CoQ10 was in Japan. So I had to track the CoQ10, and we've been offering it ever since. And our CoQ10 is unique, not only in the quality of our CoQ10, but in the recognition that as important as CoQ10 is, if you want it to work, and CoQ10 is a big investment. It's more affordable than it's ever been, but it's still a significant investment. And if you want it to work, it needs other components to work. And the BComplex, the vitamin C that comes with my CoQ10, if you're not using my products, it will be the most sophisticated BComplex you've ever consumed because it contains our 5-MTHF, 5-methyltetrahydrofolate form of folic acid that everyone could utilize because it's in its natural form. Typical folic acid, a substantial percentage of the population, including me, can't use it all. I can't metabolize it. And then our B12. Most B12 is said to not be available from supplements at all. Our B12 it's a special natural form, not the cyanocobalamin form that most supplements use, and it delivers it in its natural coenzyme form. So it's protected, it's bioavailable. So it's just the B-complex alone would be worth the investment. And then, of course, you get the equivalent of a separate vitamin C, which supports your immune system, but also helps to recycle CoQ10 in your body. So you get even more bang for your investment, bang for your buck with CoQ10.
You do indeed. In fact, we read those reviews. They read like love letters for sure. There are over 4,000 reviews with almost all of them perfect. A 4.7-star customer pick, and that's on a 5-star rating system. We snuck it into this show. It's part of the Big Deals Weekend, meaning you get 5 flexible payments on all of the sizes. That is true only until 12 midnight, by the way. And then you just choose your size of choice, 30, 60, 120, or that 240. And no kidding, Andrew, I think for a lot of us out there, whether, you know, we've all had more stress in our lives, and, you know, a lot of us are taking statins. Our lives, you know, carrying extra weight, whatever it might be. When people take CoQ10, it is most definitely a feel the difference product, isn't it?
Well, you mentioned statin drugs. I think they might be among the number one drug prescribed in the United States. Statin drugs, as effectively as they lower cholesterol, they just as effectively lower CoQ10. So what precious little CoQ10 our body can make, statin drugs lower it even further, which is part of the issue that gives rise to side effects from using statin drugs. But also other medications, beta blockers that so many of us might have to take for blood pressure, for cardiac arrhythmias, things like antidepressants, medications like bisphosphonates for osteoporosis or osteopenia. So many medications, the majority of medications, have an impact on your body's CoQ10 levels. And it's not surprising that these medications then have as one of their principal side effects fatigue. Because fatigue is something when you don't have CoQ10 in adequate amounts, fatigue will be a natural result, because you can't produce energy without an abundant supply of CoQ10.
It's so true. We've got so many reviews, but I'll try to get to a couple here. Very happy with this product. My husband and I have been using Andrew Lessman's CoQ10 for about 8+ years. It is the best. We will never, in all caps, be without them. A Feel the Difference product. We are 64 and 68. We take this for circulatory and cardio health. Thank you, Andrew. That's from Sandy. And here's the best. Andrew, Lessmans Q10 has worked for me and my husband to counteract the side effects of our statins. We just talked about that, cholesterol medication. We had both experienced muscle discomfort in our legs. The cardiologist recommended Q10. We have tried several brands and strengths. We always come back to Andrew's as it works the best, all in caps, hands down. Thank you, Andrew. Another quick one. Awesome. My doctor told me to start taking Q10. She said at my age, my body doesn't make as much as I need. After about 2 weeks, I personally could tell I had more energy during the day. If I miss a day or two, I can really tell the difference. I only use this brand of supplement when my doctor tells me I need something. My doctor can see the difference too. And Andrew, in light of those, and I know we were talking about your tooth earlier, sometimes I'm remiss. I struggle with gum issues. And it's funny, I can tell when I'm not taking my Q10. It really does help us on so many levels, doesn't it?
Absolutely. If someone were to ask me what's the best supplement you make to support healthy gums for oral health, without a doubt, I would say a Coenzyme Q10. There's an abundance of research on that. In fact, apparently, despite how difficult it was to dig my wisdom tooth out of my jaw, I healed incredibly rapidly. And I think, and I'm not a spring chicken anymore, so I think to the extent, as I always say, to the extent we give our body the tools to do the best it can, our body will do its darndest to accomplish that. I think all too often, much of our life, not intentionally, but much of our life is a distraction from wellness and well-being. It has been challenging times right now. And I think that Q10 is one of those ingredients that helps support us on a very fundamental level, because contending with the world we live in is having the energy, having the resources to do so. And that's the foundation of what Coenzyme Q10 does.
Absolutely, and we so rarely, unless it is today's special, see it go on a special purchase price. So certainly you're watching this show for a reason. I would really encourage you, if you're not quite sure where to start. I mean, this reads kind of like, well, it is a mini multivitamin, if you think of it that way, but it is also special purchase pricing. Choose your size of choice. Remember, we will honor that 5-pay flex pay on all of the sizes, but that is only until 12 midnight. So.
And by the way, I was just going to say, this is not going to be a Today Special until, toward the end of the year.
Wow.
So this is the best pricing that we'll have, because usually our Today Special is going to be the best pricing of the year. So this will be the best pricing until then. So it won't be less expensive than this until the latter part of the year.
Well, I mean, a great time to take advantage of it, seriously. So this was another late-breaking edition in our show, so I'm